once again, I did not take any video of my camp. That's where I was camped. It was a good spot. I put some stuff up there. I had my tent there. It was awesome. Look how far it was to where I was eating. Last night I had one of my homemade dehydrated meals. It was a bunch of pasta and wild mushroom sauce. It was pretty darn good. I got about an hour and a half or so to get into Powell River. Stop there, have lunch, a little bit of a resupply, and then move on. So down there, see those boats? Just beyond that is where I'm heading, I think. Later today, we'll be heading around that, through the bay, and then along the shoreline over there. Goodbye, Shingle Mill Pub. Goodbye, Marina. Up the road. And then I'm heading down into the town site where I'm hoping to pick up some more bagels, maybe a couple of Cliff Bars, things like that. And I'll probably stop for a pint at the town site brewing tasting room. Cessna. There's where I had lunch. Just past Haywire Bay. And that's what it's like down there. So yeah, not really a place I want to stay the night. A little bit of a late start this morning. It's what time is it? Oh, it's just going on 10:30. 10:30. This area here is through an old growth management area, and there's a fair number of young trees, but sprinkled here and there. You got some old growth there. All throughout there are some big trees that are in the 1 to 2 meter range. Traversing along a lake, one of my very favorite things. A knot, up and down, up and down, up and down. Got a dirty knee out of that one. There's the nastiest section of trail that I've found so far on the trip. It is not that well developed. I mean, you can see that it's seen a lot of traffic. It's pretty entrenched, but I guess the footbed just isn't all that great in places. Big sections of it are just rooty and nasty and muddy, and yeah, it's not nearly as improved as most of it. There's a place with a pretty name. Welcome to Vomit Bluffs. A descent through a forest on the way down to Fiddlehead Lake. I just passed kilometer 76. The turnoff to the hut is at 81, but the hut's a fair way down a spur. Probably be another 6 kilometers before I'm at the hut. Right now it is 10 after 3. A little bit open here, a little bit hot, a little bit brushy. One of these unfortunate through the clear cut sections. But what do you do? And here's where I'm sitting underneath the Fiddlehead hut. Right above me there. 2 other guys staying here tonight at least. Yeah, it's clearing up nicely. Tomorrow should be another brilliant day. Can't argue with this. Be a lot of walking uphill tomorrow for me. And up to Tin Hat Mountain and then probably beyond. On my way out of Fiddlehead Landing, up a hill, up a little hill, and pretty soon I'm going to go up a big hill. It's already warm. I left at about 9:25. Got a later start than I hoped for. I was hoping to be out at about 8:30 or 9. Around the corner, and it's a Fiddlehead Farm. Apparently this is sometimes used as a emergency shelter right here. Barbecue and everything. Just up here I make a right turn through the salmon berries apparently. Don't think there'll be any salmon berries yet. Hopefully no bears either. Marked route to Tin Hat Mountain. That's where I'm going. One of the uglier sights along the trail. Looks like a relatively fresh clear cut there. Relatively, I don't know how fresh it is. Little Sliammon Lake supplying all the water to Powell River. As you can see, not a bad day out now. Some clouds floating around, but quite a lot of blue sky, and the sun is coming and going. It's been a bit of a grunt getting up here. I've come up about 700 meters, a little over that, and I have another 350 or so to go. Okay, so I've come most of the way up Tin Hat Mountain. Oh, look at that. That's a steep road. I'm on a logging road now that takes me almost to the hut from here. The hut is 1 kilometer away. And it's gonna be like this. Oof. First snow I've seen on the trail. So 1,000 meters elevation, got a little over 100 meters to go. And I just turned off the road right there. Oh, flies are crazy here. A little bit of a breeze would be nice. And now it's steeply up these rocks here. Up, up, up. A little past 89 kilometers. And here it is. Tin Hat Mountain Hut. Well, goodbye Tin Hat Mountain Hut. I just had some food there and it was delicious. And a little relaxation time. Now it's a big, long downhill trek, 500 meters or so of downhill to Lewis Lake and around that and beyond. A little bit of a view around this side too, at the mountain. There's definitely snow in them thar hills. quite a bit of this stuff going down here. It's steep and rocky and a little bit tricky, so I'm not getting the camera out for much of this, but this is kind of what I've been dealing with for the last 10 minutes since the cabin. And I think it starts to even out a little bit. We're getting down into some forest again now. And bugs, of course. Yeah, there's bugs. There are black flies. Black flies, mosquitoes. Lovely. But they're not biting too badly right now. Lewis Lake, I believe, is just right down in this area here. That's where I'm heading. I'm going to be going around it to the other side. It's really a mess along here. You know, the old map that I have on my phone shows the Sunshine Coast Trail is going down a big logging road past Lewis Lake. And it looks like this section of trail is, I don't know if it's newer or what. This has been just a mess through here. Down at Lewis Lake now. Going for a while around here to get to my campground, which is like way over there. Around the lake, that end up over there. Nice little spot. Back into the trees. So through here, there was a fire many years ago. Later on, some people came through and harvested what wood they could out of the burned stuff, just to make shakes. You can cedar shakes and that. But throughout here, there's a lot of burned old trees. They're kind of spooky. Just a little bit of perspective. So I came from the other side of that mountain, over the top of it, and then down the ridge and around to here. So as I was walking up, there was a couple driving out in a truck, and it looks like nobody's left here now. Okay, I'll take it. It's a bad spot to spend the night. Little carnivorous plants. There we go. I think those are sundews. They got sticky little things on them, and the bugs get stuck onto those sticky little things, like right here. And then the plant slowly curls up and then dissolves the bugs. Such a crying shame getting rid of those mosquitoes.